Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Market Watch, where I take a look at what's happening in the Orange County and Irvine housing market for the week of November 19th to the 26th. I'm Jason Zawalik of the Zawalik Group with First Team and Christie's International Real Estate. I hope you all are having a fantastic week and are all ready for Thanksgiving. So I'm not going to waste any time. Let's dive right in and take a look at what's happening in Orange County. So in Orange County, in the last week, we had 606 homes sell. That's actually right on par as what we saw the week of November 12th to the 19th. The average days on market with 48 days for those homes that sold. So the ones that are selling very quickly. We're looking at a very short period of time on the market for those homes. The average selling price was just under $869,000. The average list price was just under $890,000 for a list to sell average of 97.6%. So this week we really didn't see much of a change at all from the week of November 12th to the 19th. In the county, it was pretty much spot on the same. But what we are seeing is that the homes that are selling, they're selling quickly. There are homes that are sitting on the market longer. And the reason for that, what we see is that buyers are really looking for that move-in ready home. So if it's priced right, if it's move-in ready, so the condition is great, the marketing is great, the home is going to sell. And that really is indicative of what we can see here from a county level. So now let's dive in and look at what's happening on a city level here in Irvine. So in the last week, we saw 55 homes sell, which was right on par with what we saw last week. The average days on market, again, 45 days. The average price here in Irvine was $1,106,699. The average list price was 1.15, just over 1.15 million. With a list to sell sold price percentage, of 96.2%. Up a little bit from last week. So we are seeing these homes. They are selling quickly if they're marketed properly, if the condition's great. But so that's what we're seeing from an Irvine on a city level and on a county level. So like I do each week, I'm now going to take a look at the three different categories that we really concentrate here for the purposes of this show. And the first one is going to be the first-time home buyers market. And for those of you that are tuning in for the first time home buyers market, we look at from $0 to $750,000 here in Irvine. So let's take a look at that. So what we see in this market is right now active homes on the market are 152. So there's 152 homes in this price point. So if you are entering the market and you're in this price point, there is still a lot of inventory around in Irvine. The average days on market for these homes that are currently on the market is 75. So on average, these homes have been on the market for 75 days. So that number is steadily increasing a little bit right now, but we'll see what happens in the weeks to come. And in the past week, we saw 17 of these homes sell. So right now, we're looking at like a 2.5 month housing market in this. So we're still in a seller's market with that. And the way we look at that is we've got 152 homes. You're looking at 17 homes selling a week. If no more homes were to come on the market and we kept selling 17 per week, we would see in about just under 10 weeks, we would see those homes disappear. There'd be no more homes on the market, no more homes in this price category on the market. So that's about 2.5 months or so. So that's our absorption rate. So we're looking at between 2 and 2.5 months would be the absorption rate in this category. So now we move into the next category, which is 750 to 1.25. We call that our step up category. So it might be people that are buying their first home, their second home, they're selling their first home, they're moving up a category. That this is where these fall. Also, you may be looking at first-time home buyers in this category as well. We've had that happen, but especially here in Irvine. So you may have some first-time home buyers falling into this category, but we really just want to make sure that we call it our step up, and we just want to look at these numbers so that people have a better idea of what's happening. So let's take a look. So in the step-up category, the 750 to 1.25, we have about 100 more homes on the market. So you have 259 homes on the market. Your average days on market is slightly less at 68 days on the market for those homes right now on average. In the past week, we saw 28 homes sell in the past week. So again, when we look at our absorption rate in this category, if we look at, basically you're looking at 259 and you're dividing that by 28, and we're looking at just over 9 weeks. So you're looking at just over 2 months of housing market, an absorption rate here. So if no other homes in this category, price category, were to come on the market in just over 2 months, all the inventory would be gone. So again, that's our absorption rate, and that puts us still pretty much into a seller's market. So now our third category that we're going to look at is the luxury market, and a lot of homes fall into this category because we look at it as anything north of 1.25 million. So this really does have a little bit of a broader price point because we do have some homes that are 2.5, some that are 1.5. So it does broaden things a bit, but I think it's a good price point and category to look at for people that are looking in that price range, so that luxury category as we call it. So we'll take a look at these. Right now on the market, you have 242 homes on the market. The average days on market, now this is where you do see a jump. So of those 242 homes, we see an average of 96 days on the market. And really where you see it is in the homes sold over the past week, where we only had 10 homes in this category sell. And this is pretty common because we're looking at, you have less of a buyer pool. You have a smaller buyer pool looking in the larger price points. So the smaller the price point, typically the larger the buyer pool. So we can see, looking at just at this data here, the step-up market, we have a bigger buyer pool in that 750 to 1.25 range, where homes sold over the past week were 28 versus 17 in the under 750, and only 10 in the luxury market, which is over 1.25. So we can really see that difference when we're looking at buyer pools. So if we look at the absorption rate in the Irvine luxury market, so 10 homes sold, and we have 242 homes on the market. So really you're looking at taking 24 weeks approximately, or almost 6 months to sell out all that inventory. So we can see the absorption rate really changes there, and that really pushes us more into a neutral market in that price point. And the reason for that is we don't have as many buyers, and we have just as much inventory. So the more buyers you have, it's just supply and demand. And I've talked about that in weeks past as well. And that's really what drives the housing market. It's supply and demand. So now that we've looked at what's really happening in the market, we take time now each week to look at what's happening in mortgages. And again, courtesy of our friend Patty Carpenter over at Prime Lending. So thank you, Patty. Let's take a look at what's happening in mortgages. So right now, with the conforming 15-year fixed, we didn't see much of a change. 3.625%, 3.739% APR. Conforming 30-year fixed is 4% with 4.067% APR. A conforming 7/1 ARM, so that's a variable rate, is 3.75%, 4.019% ARM. A jumbo 30-year fixed. So remember, jumbos are anything over the conforming rate of just over $725,000. So anything that you're borrowing over that amount, that 725-ish, is what we would call a jumbo. 30-year fixed, 3.375 with an APR of 3.420. A jumbo 7/1 ARM, so the variable, a 2.875% with 3.603% APR. FHA 30-year fixed, 3.5%, 4.242% APR. And of course, our veterans, we want to look out for them. So all of our vets, if you're looking at a VA loan, your 30-year fixed, 3.5%, 3.526% APR. So that's what's happening this week in mortgages. As always, if you have any questions about anything, please let us know. We're here to help in any way that we can, and really just trying to educate you. We do, like I said, this show, we do this every week to really just keep you informed of what's happening in Orange County and the Irvine housing market. So make sure you subscribe, hit the bell so you get your notification when a new episode is uploaded. I release these episodes every Tuesday, so throughout the year, so you're going to be very informed, and you're going to really keep your finger on the pulse of the market here in Orange County and Irvine. So I hope you all have a fantastic Thanksgiving. Thanks so much for tuning in, and until next week, take care, everybody.